G'day guys and welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video we're doing my round 23 tips and predictions. This is going to be a banger video, so subscribe because there's only 2 more rounds in the AFL, and if you want to see some banger content, start subscribing and we'll just get straight into this video. So now guys, let's just review the round we had of tipping, and that was round 22. It was a decent round of tipping, I guess. There were some questionable ones, but the first tip I forgot to tip, but I actually got it correct because in my tipping video I tipped Sydney, and I was anyway going to tip Sydney, but I forgot to before the game, and it's really frustrating. But anyway, I tipped Sydney, got that tip correct. It was a really close one, and what a goal to end it. Was it? Oh, I can't remember who it was, but it was a good goal, a good banana. And then at the Gabba we had Brisbane vs Giants. I got this tip incorrect. I was pretty surprised that the Giants showed up that game. Thought they might get flogged by about 40, but that wasn't the case in this game. They actually came up and showed they have some capability. This tip might be tip of the round. Oh, no, not really, but West Coast against North at Blundstone, I guess that's a good tip because lots of people would have been going towards North as in their home ground, and what a tip it would be to get correct, and that's what I just did. It was a great tip at Bloodstone, just a beautiful game. Freo vs Geelong, tip Freo at Optus, really just unstoppable at Optus, but Jeremy Cameron and all the stars of Geelong just shined in that game, and that was the problem here for Freo, and they couldn't hold their nerve at the end of the game. Port vs Melbourne, I didn't watch this game, I was watching the other game. Port got a 2-point win, don't know how it ended. Then Essendon vs Gold Coast, I was watching this game, even though I tipped St Kilda, which I got incorrect, I was still cheering on the great Gold Coast Suns to get the job done. And I was watching the whole game, right? And when I saw McAndrew mark it with 20 seconds to go, I was like, oh my god, can this be the first goal after the siren? And it was. McAndrew kicked the absolute beautiful goal, and the wind, the breeze just helped it through. It was just a wonderful goal to take the lead by 1 point. That might be the only goal of the year though. The only goal after siren this year. Then Hawthorn vs Carlton, we flogged the Blues. We flogged the Winter Blues, and that shows the Showtime Hawks are up to the task at the MCG against Carlton. We're usually good in these big high pressure games. We usually come up and show us what we can do, but we just do it again and again. Every week we just try. So, Dan Rosier, bloody hell, he played a good game. Who else? Weddle's goal was brilliant from the boundary, probably the goal of the game, probably goal of the round, I would say. And then Impey played a good roll down back. He did well in the second half, and well, when Curnow got injured, it was just downhill. After the first quarter, it was just downhill for Carlton, and when Curnow gets injured, it just makes the situation even worse. Then St Kilda vs Richmond. St Kilda won that one pretty convincingly. It would be disappointing as a Tigers fan, as they got more capability than this, but they didn't show up. This tip, alright? I thought the Dogs might have a chance, but at Adelaide I tipped the Crows, and no one would have got that tip correct because that was such a big tip. Yeah, just to upset, and I got it correct. That was such a good round. It was actually a decent round of tipping, I would say. But let's just get into the tips. Alright, actually I want to look at my comp. Magpies FX still on top, but Pee-wee, he's coming to take the crown. Anyway, that's my tips from last week. Let's just now the Bombers taking on the Swans to kick off the round of Marvel. But Bombers need to win this game really to stay in the final, so they'll be coming with a full team trying to fight their hardest out there. And the Swannies, they'll be trying to give it their all to hold on to that minor premiership spot, because Brisbane is trying to come for it. But the Swannies, they're really strong team, but they have lost against Port recently, but they came off a win against Collingwood. The Bombers, they can kind of play this game, but I think, they lost goal of the siren against Gold Coast, but I've got to back the Swans in to get it done by 3 points. Now we got the Gold Coast Suns versus the Melbourne Demons at People's First Stadium on the Saturday, 1:45 p.m. And Gold Coast coming off some motivation as they got a goal after the siren with McAndrew will bring in some confidence. And the Demons coming off a loss, 2-point loss against Port, a heartbreaking one. I think Gold Coast have the upper hand in this one, and Gold Coast will have to get the job done, and they'll get it done in a handy win by 23 points. Now we got the Giants taking on the Freo Dockers. Freo coming off a loss at home by 11 points against Geelong Cats was pretty disappointing for them. And Giants, can they prevail here in this clash? I mean, they can really just prevail, but it is a questionable game. This game can go either way, but it's going to be like a decent game of footy, I actually think. I think both teams have a decent crack at it, but it's going to be a one-sided game in the end, and I think the Giants get the job done by a good 34 points. Now we got the grand final rematch at the MCG, Collingwood versus Brisbane. I think it's going to be a good game at 4:35. The grand final rematch is not good, are they? But this game, I think it'll be kind of one-sided. Let's be honest. Not one-sided, actually. I think it'll be pretty close. Brisbane into not the best of form. They actually lost against the Giants, and the Magpies not in good form. But I think the Lions will be able to get the job done by a good 11 points. Port Adelaide versus Adelaide, the showdown at Adelaide Oval. The Crows coming off a good win against the Bulldogs, are they? And then the Power coming off a close one against Melbourne. But I backed in the Crows last week. I'm actually pretty ballistic and might even tip them again. But I think actually the Crows will win, and they'll get the job down in a showdown and get it done and get the job done by a good 31 points and win the showdown. Now the Saints take on the Cats at Marvel Stadium, 7:30 p.m. on the Saturday. It's got to be a good game, right? Saints doing alright. Actually, I don't think it'll be a good game. Sorry, guys. St Kilda, they're coming off a big win against the Tigers, and I think they can destroy the Cat Army, and they'll get the job done by a lot. A whopping 54 points. Now North taking on the Dogs at Marvel Stadium, 1:10 p.m. on the Sunday. North lost a game in their home ground, and they're here again. At Marvel against the Dogs, do they really have the capability to do it? I mean, Dogs having the upper hand, but really they should have won. But anyway, it's going to be a good game, but North, I think, pretty much going to give a good fight, and the Dogs are going to get it done by 7 points. Now, a 30-20 game, Hawthorn versus Richmond. We came off a win against the Carlton Blues, smashing the Blues by 80 points, and the Richmond coming off a terrible loss. So maybe we can smack the Tigers here at the MCG. You never know when it comes to these games, because Hawthorn really just show up. And Hawthorn, they got it back in my Hawks the way they're playing, and they'll get the job done by a good 38 points in some good weather. Now the Eagles taking on the Carlton Blues at Optus Stadium. Carlton have suffered some injuries coming into this game, like Curnow, a big ankle injury, and I think West Coast might have the upper hand in this one actually because of the injuries that have been coming through for the Carlton Blues. So might have to back in the Eagles in this one to get the job done at Optus, and I think they'll get it done and get it done to end of the round by a good 21 points. Now, like and subscribe to the channel, guys. If you're new, at 85% of you are not subscribed, so subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.